Iran's strategic options in response to United States involvement in the Israel conflict. For more than 40 years, the Islamic Republic of Iran has worked meticulously to develop a broad and layered military structure, both within its borders and across the wider Middle East. This structure was designed, at least in part, to deter potential military action by the United States. However, recent developments may have altered that strategic balance. Following Israel's surprise airstrikes on Iranian military and nuclear facilities on June 13, Iranian leaders, from Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei down to senior government and military officials, issued strong warnings to the United States to remain uninvolved. They cautioned that American participation would lead to serious consequences for the entire region. With the United States now appearing to be actively engaged, Iran may see no further need to hold back. What lies ahead could include retaliatory strikes on American military assets in the region, attempts to obstruct global oil shipments, or even a renewed push toward the development of nuclear weapons. Each of these options carries significant risks not only for Iran and its adversaries, but also for the global community.
Strategic disruption, the Strait of Hormuz. One of Iran's most powerful tools lies just off its southern coast, the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway, which forms the mouth of the Persian Gulf, is one of the world's most critical energy corridors. Approximately 20% of all globally traded oil passes through it. At its narrowest point, the strait measures just 33 kilometers in width, making it highly vulnerable to military action or disruption. Iran possesses a variety of naval capabilities that could threaten maritime traffic in the strait. These include fleets of fast attack boats, thousands of naval mines, and the ability to launch land-based missiles from its long Persian Gulf shoreline. Iran's allies, such as the Houthi rebels in Yemen, have demonstrated similar tactics in the Red Sea by targeting commercial shipping and military vessels with missiles and drones. The United States Navy's Fifth Fleet, based in the island nation of Bahrain, has long maintained a strong presence in the region to ensure freedom of navigation. However, even a short-lived confrontation in the strait could halt shipping, cause oil prices to spike, and rattle global markets. The international pressure for an immediate ceasefire would likely be intense. Regional attacks on American military presence and allies. Iran has additional options that do not involve the Strait of Hormuz. The United States maintains a substantial military presence in the Middle East, with tens of thousands of troops stationed across several countries. Permanent American bases exist in Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, all of which are located just across the Persian Gulf from Iran and are significantly closer than Israel. While these bases are equipped with advanced missile defense systems similar to those used in Israel, their proximity to Iran reduces reaction time in the event of an attack. This could make them more vulnerable to swarms of drones or coordinated missile strikes. Even Israel, despite being further away, has struggled to intercept every projectile fired toward its territory. Iran might also decide to target critical oil and gas infrastructure in the Gulf states. In September 2019, a drone attack on two major oil facilities in Saudi Arabia, claimed by Yemen's Houthi rebels but widely believed to have been orchestrated by Iran, temporarily cut Saudi oil production by half. A similar attack today would send shockwaves through global energy markets and impose a higher economic and political cost for American involvement in the current conflict.
Mobilizing the axis of resistance. Beyond direct confrontation, Iran may turn to its established network of regional allies and proxy forces. This alliance,
often referred to as the axis of resistance, includes a variety of armed groups across Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. Though weakened in recent years, especially following the October 7, 2023 Hamas-led attack on Israel and the prolonged Israeli military campaign in Gaza, the network still holds some operational capability. Palestinian factions like Hamas and Islamic Jihad have suffered heavy losses, and Hezbollah in Lebanon was hit hard by Israeli strikes in late 2024, with much of its senior leadership killed and large parts of southern Lebanon devastated. As a result, Hezbollah's direct involvement in any new conflict appears unlikely at this stage. Nonetheless, Iran can still call upon other partners. The Houthi rebels in Yemen have previously threatened to escalate their attacks in the Red Sea if the United States enters the war. And Iran-backed militias in Iraq possess drones and missiles capable of reaching American and allied targets. Iran might also consider less conventional methods of retaliation, such as orchestrating terrorist attacks abroad. In the 1990s, Iranian agents and their Lebanese Hezbollah allies were widely blamed for the bombing of a Jewish cultural center in Argentina, a reminder that Iran has previously acted beyond its immediate region. Revisiting the nuclear option. Perhaps the most far-reaching consequence of escalating tensions would be a renewed push by Iran to acquire nuclear weapons. The recent United States airstrikes reportedly targeted 3 key nuclear facilities within Iran. However, nuclear experts have consistently warned that even coordinated strikes by Israel and the United States would only delay Iran's nuclear progress, not eliminate it. This is because Iran's nuclear program is deliberately dispersed across multiple sites, some of which are located deep underground or reinforced to withstand aerial bombardment. Moreover, Iran may now reconsider its limited cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency. It could suspend inspections, restrict access, or even withdraw from the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty altogether. Such a move would mirror the actions of North Korea, which left the treaty in 2003 and conducted its first nuclear weapons test 3 years later. Iran might attempt a similar strategy if it determines that diplomatic avenues have collapsed. Iran insists that its nuclear activities are peaceful and designed for civilian energy use. Nevertheless, it remains the only non-nuclear armed nation known to enrich uranium up to 60%, a technical step that is perilously close to the 90% purity needed for weapons-grade material. The United States intelligence community and the International Atomic Energy Agency currently assess that Iran has not operated an organized nuclear weapons program since 2003. However, confidence in Iran's intentions continues to erode as tensions rise and oversight diminishes. Meanwhile, Israel, which is widely believed to possess nuclear weapons, maintains a policy of ambiguity, neither confirming nor denying its arsenal.
Conclusion: an unpredictable path forward. The situation remains volatile and uncertain. In the coming days and weeks, Iran's true intentions will become clearer. Were its warnings to the United States mere rhetoric meant to discourage involvement, or do they signal a broader escalation that could engulf the entire region? While the United States and Israel possess far superior military technology, history shows that wars in the Middle East are rarely won by firepower alone. Iran's geographic advantages, asymmetric warfare capabilities, and network of regional allies give it numerous avenues through which it can respond. Each of Iran's possible responses, whether disrupting global oil trade, attacking United States military installations, mobilizing militant allies, or accelerating its nuclear program, could have global consequences. The path ahead is fraught with danger, and the decisions made now by both Washington and Tehran will shape the security and stability of the Middle East for years to come.